When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
What up? It's Interview Style, where we talk about movies and stuff. Today, I would like to talk about a controversial topic with Iris. See if there's anything that she has, any of these I can bounce off of her head. We talked recently about the Thomas Crown Affair, which is my favorite Pierce Brosnan movie because, in no small part, I think because he has a punchable face. I'm sure this is not the first time this idea of somebody's punchable face has come up in our discussions on the podcast or as siblings.
I mean, we definitely talk about a specific punchable face during Cameron Crowe Month at orwhatevermovies.com or wherever you get podcasts.
Yeah, and that will be the guy whose name I'm not even going to look up because I don't want to look at his punchable face, the guy who played Andy in Singles.
Poor Andy in Singles.
Poor Andy in Singles. It's not my fault.
Is it the face, though? Is it the face?
Yes, it's the
face. Or
face.
is it the micro ponytail?
It might almost be a punchable mouth, but that's not the case in the case of Andy. Sorry, that guy just has a punchable mouth. Now, do I condone or promote violence? That's not what I want to be. I don't want to do that. I'm just saying, unfortunately, you talked in our discussion of The Princess Bride about two very beautiful people making it an easy watch, an easy one to root for their love story. Right? You can't get around the fact that I talked about Tom Cruise, and you're like, it helps that he's just a beautiful specimen of a man. It makes him really easy to watch. And indeed, most movie stars are attractive, even the ones that are not as attractive. I always remembered someone referring to Philip Seymour Hoffman as softly handsome. And I don't know that I would have said that necessarily, but he's unique looking to where it would be hard to cast a double for Philip Seymour Hoffman, right? He's just unique looking. I don't know about handsome. But I compiled a list, and I wonder if you have any to add, of people who just, to me, have punchable faces. And I can't get around this. I don't like to look at that person's face, and it ruins a lot of movies for me. There are people who are not conventionally attractive in movies that I still watch all the time. But some people, punchable faces. Do you have any?
I mean, what is the difference between Andy and his puffy lips and his micro ponytail and Wesley, the poor farm boy?
Oh, that's a chiseled jawbone where Andy just has more pheasant mouth. It's like hanging open, and he has little baby pebble teeth in there. It's weird.
Oh, so it's not just the pillowy lips. It's more like the jowly lips with weird teeth?
See, it's a combination that I can't explain. It's just an almost immediate revulsion for me. That's difficult to say. Like, I can't be like, I dislike you because of the way you look. Unfortunately, that's, as much as we would not like to admit it, kind of a condition of everyday life. Take, for example, your new Masters of the Universe, your boy, who plays He-Man or Adam of Eternia, Nick Galitzine, who I said had an eminently punchable face in that Anne Hathaway movie, The Idea of You.
Where he plays the rock star?
Yeah.
Or like the boy band?
Or was Nick Galitzine the one in May, December?
No.
Or were they the same dude?
Definitely different.
That dude also has a punchable face.
The guy from May, December?
And that guy doesn't exhibit weird teeth, maybe weird lips. Maybe it's a punchable chin.
Or is it a punchable attitude that is best played out on the face? You mentioned Philip Seymour Hoffman. You also mentioned the dislikable, only because of the characters he plays, Chris Sarandon, who I would say is conventionally beautiful. Is it just the smarminess and as it plays out on the face?
But I don't feel the need to punch Chris Sarandon in the face. Like, I don't look at him and be like, oh, I don't want to look at him anymore. Same with Philip Seymour Hoffman. Pierce Brosnan has the beard now, and has covered it considerably and has aged more into his face. But there's definitely a smarm component that I can't get away from.
And is it limited only to men?
No, but I would never punch any of these people in the face, nor would I ever punch a lady anywhere, including in the face. So maybe I should qualify this by saying that punchable face more applies to dudes, and if it had to apply to women, might be better categorized as dumb face. Some people, like Nick Galitzine and the kid in May December, just have dumb face, and I'm like, look at your dumb face. And if it applied to a lady, it would have to apply to Sydney Sweeney, who to me just has dumb face. And I would never strike or condone the striking of Sydney Sweeney in the face because it's dumb or punchable. But if I were the captain of a ship and she were a crewmate and it was brought to my attention that there was a fracas below board, or whatever, and I went down and tried to figure out what happened, and Sydney Sweeney was bleeding, and I said, what occurred here? And another female crewmate, presumably, because I would never condone that from a male crewmate, he would be thrown overboard. But if a female crewmate said, I punched her, and I said, well, why were you taken to do that? And she said, because I didn't like her face. I would note it in the log accordingly.
I don't think we can air this interview style.
Sure we can. Clive Owen doesn't display any weird teeth or whatever, but there's an element of smarm in his smarmy face to where I actively avoid Clive Owen movies, including ya boy's favorite, Children of Men.
He's not my type. I don't find him to be conventionally handsome. However, he's a great actor, and I think that doesn't that cancel out the punchableness?
I would also argue that he is not a great actor. Sorry, he's kind of mumbly voiced, and he was in real contention at one point for James Bond, and I outwardly I don't care. Do whatever you want. I don't care about James Bond. It's not my personal favorite or whatever, but I didn't think that he would make the best James Bond, and indeed he didn't. Something is holding Clive Owen back, despite being the leading man in several movies, from ever attaining, household recognition. In Total Repose, in a headshot, Tobey Maguire is perfectly fine looking. He has those big baby blue eyes or whatever. But whenever he does anything with his mouth or face, you're like, oh, that dude has a punchable face. No?
I can't say I thought that.
Okay.
I'm surprised, though, that Tom Hardy is not on your list.
Nope. I like Tom Hardy just fine. He, ironically, has maybe the most punchable face, having been punched in the face many times. Did you note that he now kind of has bulbous, drunk, punched in the face nose?
No, I haven't noticed that. Does he have cauliflower ear?
Like, he was literally a model and had model good looks, but he's also a judo champion now and has aged into his face and is in his mid-40s. But he has a big bulbous nose now.
From being broken too many times?
No. I suggest one of the better superhero movies and a lot of people's favorite, Spider-Man 2. And Spider-Man heroically stops a train, an out-of-control train, from veering off the tracks and killing a lot of people. Take a look at that dude's face.
Who? Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire.
Okay. This
can totally air.
Okay, if you say so.
I don't want to punch anybody. If I had to start, they're like, hey, you got to start punching celebrities. I would start with the ones with that I consider to have the most punchable faces. Thanks for playing. Love you. Goodbye.
Hey, I'm DC. I host a radio show on multiple genres. There's rock, there's metal, there is country, and I talk to the artists, and I take those interviews from the radio, and I put them into a podcast, which is called Behind the Rock with DC. Check it out, Behind the Rock with DC, a podcast that brings you a little bit closer to the bands, a little bit closer to the artists. Please subscribe to the podcast today.
Electric acid. Electric acid.